Types of reading: extensive reading and intensive reading. I can see that the name itself is suggestive of extensive. What is meant by external or extensive? And then what is intensive? So it carries the verbal meaning. But let me say that this, by definition, extensive reading is reading for pleasure. Most of the articles that we read in the magazine are only for the reading for the pleasure. Okay. Those who love to spend hours on a book are said to engage in extensive reading. I read that. Extensive reading is reading for pleasure, something that gives pleasure, sugam. And in this practice of reading, the reader does not stop to look at the meaning of every unknown word. This is a very important thing. So this is what we do. We do meaning of every unknown word. We do not go and look. Okay. So we just hope that in a flow we are going to find out the meaning, and we are going to understand what the author is trying to say. Because when we try to find, it hinders. ஹிண்டர்னா தடுப்பு. மீனிங் எடுத்து பார்க்கறதுக்குள்ளே அந்த சுகமே போயிடும், அந்த தடுப்பு வந்துடும். இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு disturb the flow of reading. However, the practice of extensive reading is known to improve fluency. So this is what I have been 100% true, because most of the time, we just read in the flow and try to keep on reading. You'll correlate some meaning. சில மீனிங் வார்த்தைலாம் தெரியலன்னா கூட அப்புறம் தெரியும். While extensive reading can help learning as a second language, learners tend not to go in for extensive reading primarily due to the length of the books. Books ரொம்ப லென்த்தாக இருந்தால் சில பேர் படிக்கிறதில்லை. For the beginner who sets out to read, it is better to start with short stories. Okay, there are some books which carry the chapters. Okay, and they are something like a kind of edition. Not a novel, not a kind of novel, not a novel. Okay, in which you have long stories, and that's, unless you finish that book, you don't find any solace. You don't find the rest. Okay. For example, O. Henry's short stories have a very interesting twist in them. Rabindranath Tagore is also one of the finest short story writers. It's an important point. His stories are filled with humanism and pathos. Pathos means, what do you mean by pathos? No, it is some kind of emotions that are on the, not on the happiest side, but on the painful side of a story, or something which is very sorrowful, something which requires attention, not necessarily sorrowful. Choose a good short story to start with, and will slowly help to read the novels. Okay. So extensive reading அப்படின்னா something which you continuously read and you do not try to look into the meaning. That is one thing, because it is going to disturb you when you just go here and there. That is one thing. For the beginner, உங்களை மாதிரி நீங்கள் புக்கிங் படிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா, for the beginner, some short stories are very good. So the example they are given is O. Henry's and Rabindranath Tagore. So what intensive reading happens when a reader reads a text carefully and intently with absorbed concentration. Internally means, intent means, with some intention to find out some objectives. Concentration and chemistry concentration there in the concentration. In the concentration, you just continually listen to a speech and do not deviate. Do not deviate in your thoughts. And the thoughts left a continuous better. With a view to extract specific information. Intensive reading helps in different readers in various contexts. For a person who is learning English as a second language, for us it is a second language, this becomes an effective tool to learn grammar from short text or poem. That is why poems are important. For those who aspire to clear competitive exams, the practice of intensive reading goes goes a very long way. These exams test one's ability to grasp ideas as well as the ability of logical thinking and reasoning. Logical thinking and reasoning means for every act there is a reason. For every cause, there is a reason. என்ன நடக்குது, எதனால நடக்குது, அதுதான். இது என்ன நடக்குது, இது எதனால நடக்குது. Logical means, it means, some correct reason. Okay, some correct reason. Okay, a researcher does intensive reading when he or she has to do a review of literature for the research work. Review of literature-na யார் இதை பற்றி என்ன எழுதிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்காக. இப்போ ஒரு மருந்து எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க, some drug you take, you want to find out how effective it is, you have to go to the literature and find out who has done the preparation, who has done the biological activity, who has done the computational work, and who has done the trial work on human beings. That all you have to find in the research work. Okay, humanities research, humanities என்ன ஆர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் சயின்ஸ் ரெண்டு இருக்கு இல்லையா. சயின்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து இந்த பக்கம் போயிடும். ஆர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஹியூமனிட்டிஸ் வந்து that which you connected with society. Humanities research reads through research articles and tries to find a research gap and also finds a theoretical frameworks for a research. A science researcher looks at the findings of earlier researchers. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி யார் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இவன் பார்க்கலாம். ஆனால் ஹியூமனிட்டிஸில் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, ரிசர்ச் கேப் பண்ணுறாங்க. ரிசர்ச் கேப் எங்கே விட்டு போயிருக்கு அதை எடுக்கிறாங்க. இவங்க வந்து இதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க, நியூவாக இப்போ என்ன பண்ணலாம், வாட் நியூ யூ கேன் டூ, தட் காஸ் தி இன்குவரி. ஓகே, here I can quote an example there in the research group of humanities. There was usually a topic in humanities, job satisfaction of primary school teacher in Vellore district. அப்படின்னு போட்டோம். Then what happens is suddenly the Vellore becomes Tirupattur district. Now this one is separate and this one is separate, so this becomes a gap. Earlier, some a year ago, Tirupattur district was not there. Okay, Tirupattur district was not there. Vellore only was there. Now it is bifurcated. Okay, so what you do is you take up this job satisfaction of primary school teachers in Vellore, and then finally this is the fill the gap of taking the same thing in the Tirupattur district by more visiting more Tirupattur towns, and that is what is called as this particular gap. Okay, so let us have a look into the exercise 1. Read one of the following passages and answer the questions. I am just going to read it. We will go to the questions. One of the most popular literary figures in American literature is woman who spent most of her life in China, a country and a continent 1,000 miles from the United States. United States in the China எவ்வளோ தொலைவு இருக்குது அது சொல்கிறான், thousands of miles. In her lifetime, she earned this country's most highly acclaimed literary, the Pulitzer Prize. This is the second information. This is the first information, this is the second information. Pulitzer Prize வாங்கியிருக்கா. It's a very famous prize. You can read about that later. And most prestigious literary in the world called as the Nobel Prize for Literature. Paul Elsbach, the name of that particular person which we are going to, was almost a household name through much of her lifetime because of her prolific literary output. Prolific na ரொம்ப நல்ல high profile, நல்ல high information ஓட literary output, which consists of some 85. Remember, you should not write numerals like that. இந்த மாதிரி numerals எழுதக்கூடாது. இங்கிலீஷில் எப்போவுமே வேர்ட்ஸில் தான் எழுதும். 85 published works including several dozen novels, 6 collection of short stories, 14 books on children, and more than a dozen work on non-fiction. Non-fiction அப்படின்னா something reality. Fiction is, it's not real. Okay, but if you have non-fiction, it's close to some reality will be there. Okay, and that is, she has written about the non-fiction. When she was 8 years old, some 25 volumes are awaiting publications. Many of this 80 80 நம்பர் போடல பார்த்துக்கங்க. Many of those books were set in China, the land in which she spent a great part of life. Her books and her life served as a bridge between the cultures of the East and West. This is the third information. East and West. Because she comes to China as East. This is China and this is America or USA and Europe. Okay. As the product those cultures she became, as she described herself, mentally bifocal. Bifocal na focus means you just focus on certain thing. Bifocus means ரெண்டு இடத்துல இந்த பக்கம் வெஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஈஸ்ட் இல்லையா, அது ஃபைன். ஹர் யூனிக் பேக்ரவுண்ட் ஹேஸ் மேட் ஹர் இன்யூஷுவல் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் வர்சடைல். வர்சடைல்னால் நிறைய கெப்பாசிட்டி இருக்குது அப்படின்னா இந்த கேப்பபிலிட்டி இருக்குது, அந்த கேப்பபிலிட்டி. As we examine the life of Pearl Buck, we cannot help but be aware that in fact meeting these separate people, wife and a mother, and internationally famous writer. She is three things: wife, mother, writer, and a humanitarian and philanthropist. Philanthropist na donation நிறைய கொடுக்குறாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த பேர், அதுக்கு பேர் philanthropist. One cannot really get to know Paul Buck without learning of its other three. So honored in her lifetime with William Dean Howell Medal of American Academy of Arts and Letters, in addition to Nobel and Pulitzer, those prestigious awards. Pearl Buck as a total human being is not only a famous author, is a captivating subject. Captivating subject na அப்படியே கவர்ந்துள்ளது. Okay. Now here is the exercise. What is the author's main purpose in the passage? In the passage la enna sollirukku, it not only offers criticism of the world's famous books, but it also illustrates she is able to take up the Chinese literature also, and to indicate the background and diverse interests of the Pearl Buck, to discuss Pearl Buck's invention. So this will be the right answer, because she is discussing the influence of her culture on the East and West. This I told you is China, and this I told you is America. That is what is being meant in the previous paragraph. And according to the passage, Pearl Buck is known as a writer of all the following except what is not there. She has not done any poetry. Okay, she has written novels, she has written children books, and she has also written short stories. So poetry is not done there. So that is the thing you have seen there. Okay, so this is an information you got by reading that. Okay, which of the following is not mentioned in the author as an award received by the எந்த award வாங்கல, not mentioned by the author as an award received by Pearl Buck? She got Nobel Prize, she got Dean Howell Medal, and she got the Pulitzer Prize, but she did not get the Nobel Prize. So that is she got this Pulitzer Prize. Okay. Now according to the passage, Pearl Buck was an unusual figure in American literature. The படிச்ச டெக்ஸ்ட்ல என்ன சொல்ல போறாங்க சொல்லிட்டு what you have read, you are going to describe. According to the passage, Pearl Buck was an unusual figure in American literature, that she wrote extensively about very different culture, published half of her books abroad, won more awards than any other woman in her time, achieved her first success in very late life. இது இல்லை கிடையாது, இதுக்குள்ளே நிறையா பண்ணியாச்சு. I think she wrote so many things இருக்கு, but she wrote extensively about different culture, East culture as well as the West culture. So we call it as the Western and Oriental culture. East na orientation Oriental da சொல்லுவாங்க. She published books, but it's not very much of the books were published there itself, not abroad. So won more awards than anyone. This is also true, but this is a very good information there. Okay. According to the passage, Pearl Buck described herself as a mentally bifocal, to suggest that she bifocal na enna ரெண்டு ஃபோக்கஸ் ரெண்டு இடத்துல படிக்கிறாங்க. என்னது, capable of designing difference between linguistic systems, இது கிடையாது. Keenly aware of the past could influence the future, this is not a suicide. Capable of producing literary symptoms both adults and children, இது கூட கிடையாது. So this is also there and this is also there. So she wrote books for the adults as well as she wrote book for the children, and is equally familiar with two cultural environments. What are these two environments? That is the Eastern and Western environment. The author's attitude towards Pearl Buck could be described as indifferent, admiring, sympathetic, tolerant. What would you like to select? The author's attitude towards Perlberg could best be described as indifferent. Indifferentனா சம்மந்தமே இல்லை அப்படின்றாங்க இல்லையா, அது கிடையாது. இட்ஸ் அன் அட்மைரிங் திங் பிகாஸ் ஷி ஹஸ் அட்மைர்ட், பாராட்டு. சிம்பத்தட்டிக்னா ஐயோ பாவம்ன்றாங்களே, அது கூட கிடையாது. டாலரண்ட் கூட கிடையாது. ஐயோ ரொம்ப தாங்காத மனசோ தாங்கும் மனசோ அது கூட கிடையாது. ஸோ இட் இஸ் அன் அட்மைரிங் திங் அண்ட் இட்ஸ் நாட் these three things these are the things which you have taken from the which we read from the passages that you have read. Okay, so this is an exercise that suggests how you have to read out of pleasure and how you have to read out of getting some information from that intensive reading. Okay, this is a passage taken from TOEFL, Test of English as Foreign Language. இதுதான் TOEFL, Test of English Foreign Language, TOEFL. இப்போ இதெல்லாம் நீங்கள் இந்தியாவில் படிச்சுட்டு ஃபாரின் அமெரிக்கா இல்லைனா யூரோப் போகணுன்னா இந்த எக்ஸாம் பாஸ் பண்ணணும். திஸ் எக்ஸாம் யூ ஹேவ் டு பாஸ். TOEFL, GRE கூட ஒன்று எக்ஸாம் இருக்கும், கிராஜுவேட் ரெக்கார்ட் எக்ஸாம். நீங்கள் கிராஜுவேட் தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறதுக்காக இது ஒரு எக்ஸாம். GRE, TOEFL இது வந்து எக்ஸாம் நம்பர் 1, இது எக்ஸாம் நம்பர் 2 எப்போவுமே கண்டக்ட் பண்ணாங்க. நீங்கள் வெளிநாட்டுக்கு போகணும் அப்படின்னா நல்ல ஜாபில் யூ வாண்ட் டு கோ டு ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரி அண்ட் கெட் எ வெரி குட் ஜாப், வெரி அக்கார்டிங் டு யுவர் குவாலிஃபிகேஷன், you have to write GRE and TOEFL exam, and this is a passage that was taken from this TOEFL examination. So I think you explain how we are going to read about the extensive and intensive meaning. And let me close this session. I will go to the next session in the next verse. Thank you for joining.